やエイリアンめまだまだ食らえよしいただきまだだ来い
Greetings, salutations, and other big words. My name's Ethan. My handle is Wrangler. Welcome to Frequency Studios Weekly Wing It number 181 here on Rumble, YouTube, and the X Twitter. And starting off the show with us tonight is, oh wait, I'm here all by myself. Frederick should be filing in a little bit later, and we might be seeing Herman B. Hunter stop by, plus whoever else happens to pop in from the panel. But it's just us starting off tonight. So since they left me all alone, oh no, we're going to check out an article. All right. I'm sure most of you in the gaming world have heard this came out last week. Sony is killing physical media. And that's just kind of insane. Aren't they the ones who started the whole CD thing to begin with? I mean, that was their baby. That was their innovation, and they're just throwing it away. Well, anyway, I found over here on Digital Foundry an article addressing this. It's called PS5 will be my last console. After 45,000 votes, 86% of Digital Foundry viewers say Sony should reconsider killing physical games. All right, this article is by William Judd, and also they point out that that's 66,000 people writing to oppose Sony's plans. And that's just their viewership, so imagine many others are probably not happy about it. I've seen a whole string of videos on YouTube that were addressing this. No, I haven't listened to them all because, well, you can only listen to so many videos during the workday, and my attention's mostly on other stuff anyway. They're just kind of background noise. But I figured we'd dive into this article here. So by William Judd, this article was posted Thursday at 7 a.m. It starts off saying, following the news that Sony would kill physical PlayStation games from January 2028, we put out a poll on the Digital Foundry YouTube channel asking viewers about their reaction to the news. After over 76,000 votes and hundreds of comments on YouTube, it's clear 86% of respondents think that physical media is still important and Sony should reconsider their plans. And I agree 100%. Growing up gaming, I remember taking cartridges, trading games, or, some people would sometimes come to me, say, with a copy of Zelda 2, The Adventures of Link, and say, hey, can you level Link up, but don't kill the bosses? So I spent hours just grinding and getting all the goodies and all the power-ups possibly could without killing bosses, brought it back to him so he could just hop in, he had all the stuff, and go fight with the bosses. Whatever is fun for you. But that was part of it. It's like the playground, the couch co-ops and everything was a big part of gaming. It was many times, yes, a lot of single player games, but there were social events. People would get together, meet up on the playground, and discuss what they found in certain games, because we didn't have the internet back then to look stuff up and look up maps and everything. And heck, Samus is really a woman. That was a big topic of conversation on the playground, because you don't find that out, as most of you know, until the end of the game if you finish it quick enough. But that's where all the secrets were found out, is like, this guy was playing this game and found this over here. Well, somebody else, one of your friends who was playing the same game at home, found something over there. You show up, you compare notes, and it's like you're discovering new and interesting things together, even though you're kind of doing it separate. But then there's also the couch co-ops, the two-player co-ops. I love those. And so I mean, how do you do that when everything is digital? How do you swap a game? How do you share your games? Yes, I know there are some things you can get on the same network and Nintendo was doing this with digital game cards and stuff, but I mean, there's something tangibly lost there. Anyway, I'm just going on tangent. Let's continue with the article. Digital Foundry's John Linneman, Linneman, there we go, contributed his immediate thoughts to the news, urging Sony to reconsider and hoping that the backlash will be strong enough to push them in that direction. He points out that the news coinciding with the decision to shutter the PS Vita and PS3 stores paints a worrying picture, as it's clear that you are merely renting games. Owners of closed platforms can revoke your ability to enjoy the content at any point. Given that Sony was recently in the headlines for pulling access to hundreds of purchased movies, yeah, I didn't even know about that one until I think earlier today I heard about that, and this was a while ago it happened. I had no idea. All right. Given that Sony was recently in the headlines for pulling access to hundreds of purchased movies and TV shows with no refunds offered, it's clear that digital license to a game doesn't have anywhere near the same value as a physical disc. And that is such a huge worry. Kindle also did something along those lines. I think there's a few books that people had in their Kindle that they purchased digitally, and Amazon pulled it. Ironically, one of them being 1984. Somebody had to be laughing when they pulled that. I just the irony is unreal. All right, continuing. However, with Sony planning an all-digital PS6 handheld and a similarly equipped full-fat PS6 home console, it's clear that abandoning discs ultimately serves the company's interests, regardless of consumer sentiment. That's doubly true when component prices continue to skyrocket, as recouping costs via digital sales becomes increasingly key to delivering affordable hardware. Yeah, AI is fun. I sit there and ask it all sorts of questions about this fictional character versus that fictional character. I have a good time with it. But we got to remember, the price of computer memory is skyrocketing, and it's not going down anytime soon, if ever again, because with all that data management needed to keep these things going, it's going up and up and up, and that makes prices more expensive. So when you get something and you can't hold on to it, you can't play it offline, you have to connect to the internet, or it can be pulled at any time. Where is your hard-earned money going? You put money into something, you want it to be yours. I'm getting real sick of the whole warning of you'll own nothing and you'll be happy. But that's exactly what they're pushing at. I know it's like you hear that at this point, it's an eye roll. It's like, oh, that again? Yes, unfortunately, it is that again. And it's going on and on and on. And I don't know how much longer that we're going to have physical media around, because things do degrade over time. And when things go out of print, now everything's going to be technically out of print. I mean, I've got my issues with Nintendo right now. I'm still, out of all the gaming companies, Nintendo's still kind of my favorite. But, I mean, they've done some things that I consider to be shady and really rubbed me the wrong way. I still haven't bought a Switch 2. But at least they still have physical media. Those game key cards, no, that doesn't count. That's garbage. That's nothing but a key with a code in it to access the game elsewhere. I mean, yeah, you can download it into your console, but what if they stop supporting it? You can't pull that and hand it to your friend like you could a true physical cartridge. Anyway, over in the chat, Christy was the first to join us tonight. She popped in and said first, LMAO. She actually hit the chats before the show even started. How you doing tonight, Christy? It's good to see you in here. And she says, I love the Elizabeth. That's Haley, but no problem. The two kind of go hand in hand. Christy says, I don't have a Kindle. It's like, there's another one that's another ebook reader that's becoming popular. I think it's called Kobo or something like that. I think it's a rise in popularity due to a backlash on Amazon pulling stuff from people's library. See, she says, we're starting to have to buy stuff, but have to have a subscription to utilize it. Yeah, it's pretty much it. They're kind of like, it's this weird in-between phase where they're still trying to convince you that you're buying something, but really you're buying a subscription in almost a, they're trying to make it feel like it's not a subscription when in reality it is. Yeah, and this really has gotten out of hand. Now, granted, a lot of physical digital sales are popular because you could just turn on the store to whatever console you have and download something and it's there. You don't have to run out and get it. But there's still a lot of people who collect physical media, want to have it on the shelf. There are people who do still get together, trade. And it's not just that it's going to kill the aftermarket. Because, I mean, that's a big thing. Trade in a game, get a few bucks, and put it toward a new game. Or, here's the thing. When you buy something, you have the physical object. You still have some form of equity in that. If you collect everything, you can still turn around, sell it later, recoup some of the money. And there's value there. When it's just on a server somewhere and you don't truly own it, you're putting your money into something and have literally nothing to show for it. Yes, you can access it for a time, but as soon as they decide to shut down that service or whatever, do you have what you paid for? Games should have the same, we should have the same ability to collect that as any other kind of media. You collect movies, that's becoming tougher now too. I think some stores stopped carrying DVDs or something. But I mean, to have that on your shelf, when the internet goes down, how do you watch your movies? You know, it's kind of tough to access Netflix without an internet signal. And you know, it's nice to have a shelf of VHS and DVD if you still have the players. You know, internet goes down, and at night with your family, you still can watch something. Heck, even if the power goes out, if you got a generator, you can still watch something. But without internet, all the media, and media is a form of our culture. It is representative of our culture. It's almost like it's a bit of a time capsule in and of itself. And losing control of that, and again, I'll go back to that example with Amazon for when they pulled 1984. That was kind of the point of the book, of some of the book too, is that it was a constant present. The past has been rewritten and rewritten, you know. So a lot of the history and culture, people didn't know it anymore because it all had been deliberately washed away and just rewritten and redone to what nobody knew what it was, and they think that's just always has been. Well, when we can't control hanging on to the stories or the shows or the art that is out there anymore, it could be pulled bit by bit, and then the next generation doesn't know of these things except for a few old fogies talking about it a generation or two later. And whoever's controlling all the media and the art is controlling the culture. And that's kind of a scary thing. That is not a situation I want to see come to pass. All right, back to the article. One common theme amongst comments on DF's YouTube poll was disgust from PlayStation owners, with many upvoted replies promising that Sony has done enough harm to remove the PS6 from consideration. PS5 will be my last console, and PS5 will be my last Sony console, were two of the top voted options. Elsewhere online, PlayStation fans flocked to the 2013 official PlayStation used game instructional video. Yeah. Oh man. It's like night and day. Above. Yeah, I'm going to play that in a second. Which shows Sony executives sharing a used game by simply handing it over in response to restrictions later dropped on used Xbox One games. You quotes, "You've become the villain you mocked," states the top comment on this video. Yeah, for any who may or may not remember, yeah, let's play this here when Xbox was trying to do something similar, how Sony responded. Hold on, let me click back over and mute the music for a minute while I play this. Folks like Captain Garrett and Readout, they always talk to their Mr. Producer. I got to start doing that, it looks like. All right, Mr. Producer. I don't have a producer. I'm the producer, and I'm not much of a producer, but you get the idea. All right, let's check this out.
This is how you share your games on PS4.
Thanks.
PlayStation.
What happened to these guys? I mean, that right there is what it's all about. You want to be able to have that in your hand. When you open that case, you want to see the cartridge or disc in there. And side tangent, instruction manuals. I miss instruction manuals. Do you guys remember those? In fact, we didn't have tutorial sections in every single game, or overt tutorials anyway. We open it up and it said, a lot of people who go back and play Super Metroid for the first time, you know, the younger ones, they'll go on and Switch Online, hear about Super Metroid and go, yeah, I'm going to check that out. And they can't get past certain points because you have to hold down the B button to run across collapsing floors, and nobody realizes this. At the time, it was a little more instinctual. You know, you play Mario, you hit the B button to run. So it kind of like you picked it up automatically, but it said right there in the instruction manual, hit the B button to run. Nowadays, it's not really much of a thought, and people get stuck on that. But, you know, I miss instruction manuals in these things. I'll give credit to Hollow Knight. It wasn't a big one, but Hollow Knight, when I bought the physical copy of that, I opened it up and I was sitting there in shock and awe for a moment of joy. I'm like, a game manual. They still do exist. But you don't see those hardly anymore. I guess there's still a few others that do come along with a game now and then. But it's funny. I get a Nintendo game. I open it up. There's a cartridge and there's a section to hold a game manual, but no game. It's just empty. And I know why it's there. It's like you just have this one mold, so those that have game manuals can slip it in there. But it's funny. It's like this ghost of the past. You open it up and see an echo of what used to be a game manual. I remember as a kid getting a new game and on the way home, open up the box and pull out the manual and sit there and look through it on the ride home from the store, getting all excited about this new game I'm going to play. And yeah, it's like kids don't have that now. It was actually fun. It was part of the fun. It was like the appetizer. You sit there, you look through, and you're getting an idea in your head of what this is going to be and what you can do. Gone. You open up the thing now, you got a piece of paper with a code. There's something nice about holding the physical copy, and that just needs to remain a thing. And I really hope Sony changes their mind. Now I know they're a company that's about their bottom line and financial expedience. It costs more to produce physical copies and ship them and everything. And I understand that aspect. And a lot of people are already downloading digital anyway. But here's what bugs me. If it costs more to produce these physical copies and it's a lot cheaper to just have us download a digital game, why are digital games the same price as the physical copy? I just don't understand that. Well, I do because we buy them, and since we buy them, why are they going to stop charging that amount? Because they know we're going to pay it, and that's our fault. And I know they have to also answer to their investors or whatever, go over the bottom line, and these things look great. But remember, the investors, even though they're funding things, they're not the ones buying the products. The customers are the ones buying the products. And the fact that the customers are really pissed off about this, it makes me hope that maybe, just maybe, they will stop and reconsider and come up with a new or alternative plan to continue to include physical copies and games in the future. But it's not just about the money. I think it's also about a matter of control, their IP. And yes, they want to protect their IP, but to keep that control, Nintendo is the perfect example of this. They love to keep total control of their IP. They don't like fan recreations or ideas or anything. They like their fans. They just don't like their fans to have any control over what they bought from them. Anyway, how you doing, Luvapor?
I'm all right. How about you?
Doing okay. I was just going over the whole PlayStation deal, how they're continuing their physical media. Everything's going to be digital only.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Christy says, "Hey, Lou."
Oh, hey, Christy. How's it going?
So what are you up to tonight? What you got going on?
Nothing. I was just watching YouTube videos, and then I was like, hey, isn't the Wing It happening right now?
Yep, and I'm winging it.
Yep. I'm guessing you were showing the advertisement from the Xbox One days where Xbox tried to go full digital. And
yeah, that was the PlayStation 4. It's the very same company that mocked Xbox for doing this, and they're now doing it.
Yep. It was pretty funny though too. They put that advertisement together in like half an hour on site.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me, and that's why people used to absolutely love these guys, but now they're like inverting on themselves. Also joining us, please welcome.
Gentlemen, we can rebuild him. We have the technology. Better, stronger, faster.
Mr. Herman P. Hunter, the Bionic Hedge.
Where is Frederick? Why is Frederick not here?
He sent me a message saying he was going to be late tonight. I don't know when he'll be in, but he'll be in at some point.
He can't be late. He's Frederick.
Oh, he'll always be Frederick, no matter where he is. He can't escape that.
I think it's like in his genetic code. This may cause mutations.
So what's going on, Hedge?
Well, I went to the surgeon today.
Yeah.
And is that your music?
Yeah.
So
is it a little loud? I could scale it back.
Yeah, it's scaled back just a hair.
A little more?
That's good. So I went to the surgeon today and reviewed all the tests that were done. And apparently I got staged. My cancer got staged at what's called 1B. So the number 1, it goes from like 1 to 4. 1 is you caught it early. 4 is you're fucked. And so
1B is you caught it early, but it almost made it to 2.
Yeah, there was the tumor itself had grown outside of it had breached the surface of the lung, which that might have explained a couple of things, but it hadn't spread. It hadn't even spread in the lung tissue. It was sometimes tumors will grow and then they'll create smaller tumors. That didn't happen either.
Good.
So
the last thing you want to doing is making more.
Yeah. And nothing in the lymph nodes, nothing anywhere else in the body. Although they're, like I said, reaching the exterior of the lung, that was a concern. However, they said there were no adhesions to the chest wall, which means it wasn't attached, which means there was no tissue there that was connecting.
Oh, good.
So yeah,
I mean, I think that's good. I'm not an expert on this stuff, but
Yeah.
it sounds like a good thing.
and so he goes, but this is a very gray area, so I have to contact an oncologist. Well, I already got a referral to an oncologist, but I'm gonna talk to an oncologist to see what he suggests. And if they offer treatment, I'm just gonna take the freaking treatment because I'm not gonna.
Kill it while you can. Huh?
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna. I sacrificed half of a lung to stick around. I might as well do. Go the full.
Yeah.
Go the full
It's,
distance.
it's the sunk cost fallacy without it being a fallacy.
Yeah. So. Anyway, so it was actually a good day. Being staged with a 1 is a good thing. So my survivability is much higher, and they virtually everything came back negative with those couple of exceptions. So
Yeah, I guess you becoming the subject of one of those comic book versus videos.
yeah.
Herman's survival rating against this cancer, B tier.
So
We're looking for S tier, by the way. And please welcome Mr. Chris Fisk. Chris, I don't have a video to introduce you. Sorry, bud, but
Hey, no worries.
not everybody could be the hedge. What's
I
up,
mean-
man?
You have a video to introduce me, right?
I do.
Hang on, I'll find it.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, you do.
Did you guys see the bloodbath that started over at Microsoft today?
No, but we were. I was talking about the whole Sony issue that fans are pissed over the
Oh yeah,
physical media going away. What
It's-
happened
it's
with
not only-
Microsoft?
yeah. I mean,
There
Sony's
you-
probably counting its blessings that Microsoft threw its distractions today, because with Sony, they basically said, "Yep, we're discontinuing physical media. Oh, and by the way, if you don't log in within 36 months, whether or not you received the email telling informing you that we're going to delete your account, we don't care. We're just going to delete your account and steal all your shit."
Oh, we are definitely talking about this, but real quick, Liverpool just gave me his intro video.
Oh yeah.
Oops, hang on, I gotta remove mine. There we go.
Surprise racist comment that gets Ethan demonetized.
Look how happy he is about that. Is that a bomber in the air? What's it? He's dropping a giant N.
Is there anything in the background there? No, that would have been funny. Liverpool, it would have been hilarious if you had something about to drop a bomb back there. I'm sure you're probably already working on a revision there. That's gonna scare the heck out of me.
I'm like halfway asleep, man. I don't know.
Surprise racist comment that gets Ethan demonetized.
Oh yeah.
Chris, sounds like you got a lot to say about Xbox right now.
Oh well. I'm part of me like I still don't. I got to preface this with all of. I'm not on the inside anymore, so I don't know. And like everything that I'm saying is conjecture. None of it is fully, substantiated or whatever. But I kind of feel bad for Asha Sharma. I feel like they put her into a position to fail. She basically they drove the vehicle into the ditch and they handed her the keys. And they're trying to, she's basically doing her best, and her team are trying to keep Microsoft, keep the lights on, or at least at Xbox, because Microsoft has been basically keeping this liability afloat for the last few years. And they went on a massive acquisition. They went on a massive acquisition blitz, and they just grabbed a whole bunch of these studios, and none of them have produced anything of value, or at least have had anything significant enough to justify the ROI. Like, hey, we just spent $100 billion and we made $300 million back. stuff like that. So they're cutting a bunch of studios, and a lot of people are losing their jobs. And I'm not one to dance on people's graves. I think it's disgusting to celebrate unemployment. I've been there. I've been homeless because of it. But honestly, I don't know enough of the situation if they're actually targeting the people that made the terrible decisions that led to these terrible products that aren't selling. I mean, we joke about like racist comments and stuff, but like, let's face it, like your average gamer is not the Rainbow Coalition black lesbian, who, yeah, it's queer, none of like that stuff ruined companies.
Yeah, there's a few of them that are that way, but they're not looking for all that political stuff. They're for gamers, they just want to play a game.
Yeah, and I think that by pushing that kind of content, like I think Asha is focusing on the how Microsoft arrived at its current predicament, i.e. buying up all these companies that haven't put in much of an ROI. They've damaged their brand. Like the whole Game Pass thing is basically damaged the value of games themselves. And then the whole idea of, well, let's not make platform exclusives. We'll just put them anywhere. This is an Xbox. This is an Xbox. Yeah, now you've devalued the platform itself. So no wonder why it came out as the worst performing of the three big console people. But like, what bothers me though is that's the how, and I fully understand it, but I think the generals aren't fully aware of what the lieutenants are doing, meaning that you can't micromanage all the soldiers on the battlefield. You have to place trust in your lieutenants. And clearly these leaders of these companies were okay with pushing the rainbow crap and pushing stuff that isn't selling because of their ideologies. Nobody wants to see that. Nobody, like, that's why it's not selling. And, there's all sorts of business stuff coming out about, oh, well, there's the cost of hardware, sales are down, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, yes, that explains some of it. But if you look at the big picture, you'll find that there are plenty of like exceptions to these rules. And you have to wonder, why are they exceptions? Why are they so successful? While your company, why did Avowed fail? Why is Halo Infinite in the dumpster? Like these, you need a moratorium. And if it isn't, we put rainbow shit into our game instead of focusing on actually providing, a solid product. If that's not part of the postmortem, then your entire team has a blind spot.
Yeah, and there used to be some of these representative things in games where the games weren't all about that. It was just there as, hey, this is part of the background of the world, and you'll have some characters that will be from this demographic, but it wasn't pushing it in your face. It was there in some cases as an option or just as background. And it's when they started pushing it to the forefront that everybody was getting sick of it because it was getting shoved down our throats and everything had to be about that. It's like, we just want to beat bosses and power up. Is that too much to ask?
Hey, Ethan.
Yeah.
Just so you know, lieutenant is how Canadians say lieutenant when they want to cosplay as British.
Oh, shit. My fake accent's coming through. I'm not Canadian, but yeah, I'm cosplaying as an American.
I see.
Let's go get a beer, eh?
Yeah, no kidding. Let's go down to Timmy's.
Have a pint.
I do miss Tim Hortons.
Apparently,
Tim Hortons. Their donuts were all right, but they had some nice breakfast sandwiches and some good hot foods and stuff.
Apparently, Tim Hortons is now overrun with Pajites.
Yep. Would you like it? Turn it in your sandwich. I don't care. You will get it anyway.
It's made from 100% real imitation meat. Very good. Very good.
It is extremely hygienic that I urinated in your coffee.
Kindly do the needful.
Oh shit!
Just out of a line from remember John Pinette, the comedian?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was. I think he reworded some Wizard of Oz song into a song about buffets, and part of one of the lines was, All the Hindus will be barfing at the cows that I'll be scarfing.
God.
That dude was hilarious. I miss him.
Was he the one that did the Chinese food buffet where he's like, you know, the Chinese
You
food
go
restaurant
now.
people get-
You been
Yeah.
here 4 hours.
You been back for 4 hours. You scare my wife. Why don't you eat vegetable? It's good for you.
Yeah, have some broccoli. Good for you. You fat boy. You been here 4 hours. You go now.
He was the one who was like, he was like, we went to this Italian restaurant and we sat down and they just started cooking. And I was like, well, we haven't ordered anything yet. I said, don't worry, we'll feed you and then you tell us what you want. And he said, I'm home. Like we took my friend Bill with us. He was too skinny. He didn't make it.
It was a casualty to the restaurant.
And we used to have some awesome comedians. Ralphie May was another good one.
Oh yeah, the fluffy one.
What was the name of the guy who
No,
he was a comedian in the 80s and 90s, and he was like, you ever notice that like all of these people who we send money to and food to, they live in the desert.
Oh, Sam Kinison?
Yeah, Sam Kinison. He's like, if you're starving, move where the fucking food is.
He's the one I want to resurrect to have him narrate my audiobook and just have him yell the whole damn thing. Speaking of audiobooks, Herman.
Yes.
Yeah, did you got all the audio issues straightened out with your books, right? Because I know you were having some struggles there. Do you have any new audios coming in the future, and what will you probably be doing different when you approach getting the project done?
Well, I think I might do a Kickstarter this time because it's expensive.
That's a really good way to hedge your bets.
Eh.
I thought I was the one. I thought I used to be king of the dad jokes. Didn't move before it
No
showed up.
beating around the bush on that one. So, but yeah, that's like I said. It's kind of where I'm. It's the one thing about Steve Fortune. I really love Steve Fortune, but I think he's probably going to be more expensive this time. And audiobooks themselves are expensive. But you know what? If I'm going to do an audiobook, I'm not going to do it half-assed. And Steve brings it alive. I mean, he really does.
I can understand why he'd be getting pricier because he's worth it.
So I just cut a. No, I didn't. Anyway, so I mean, I really liked. And there's something about the way he. I literally don't have to do hardly anything, and he just the first time he rolls it out is just perfect. So the only thing I really do is I go through, make sure every word matches what I've written, and make sure that there's no stray noises in the background, and maybe correct a few things here or there. I think the only one direction I gave him was I think the Revenant and the Cult book 2, and there was one thing where I said you need to sort of say it like this. That's the only time I ever had to do that.
Now, has there ever been a situation where you had to change the words because reading it is one thing, but someone saying it aloud, it comes across different?
Yes, constantly. Matter of fact, that was one of the first things I did because I was going to do my own audiobook, okay, which I will never do because I'm not a good reader. In order to do this right, you almost need an actor.
Yeah, I discover that every time I read an article, just like I did at the beginning of this show. I was reading the article and I'm struggling not to trip over my words.
Yeah.
And also I've written scripts for some of my videos where I cover comic books or whatever. And going back and reading them, trying to record, I get halfway through a paragraph and fumble my words, stop, erase that, start it over, and I got to do that 4 or 5 times before I get through it. I'm like, how do these guys do entire audio books?
Exactly. So there's I noticed that because originally I was going to do my own audiobook, which I quickly scrapped after I listened to it. But I noticed that when I started reading lines,
Thank you, Christy.
the way that I wrote them, they did not sound right. And so whenever I do like an edit pass, I'll always have like one of those AI voices going in talking in the background, so I can get kind of a feel for how something's written.
Oh, the auto reader.
Yeah, the auto reader.
Yeah, my Microsoft Word has one of those.
Yeah.
And I was just listening to it one day when I was in the editing. I didn't do that this time. Well, I'm not done yet. I might have to do that. But listening to it, it does, when hearing it being spoken, catches things that reading over it, I would have missed entirely.
Yeah. So it's not only just a good technique for editing, but it also you will hear how it sounds when it's spoken. And there is a difference between the way you write something for a reader and the way you write something for somebody who's going to narrate it. And so I always make sure that when I do my editing, that everything gets written for a way it gets narrated. Even if you have to read it to yourself, or even go through and record it, so you can play it back to yourself if you really need to. But I guarantee you, once you start reading it and recording it, you will catch it like right away.
What you gotta do is make sure that if you're gonna have a professional reader reading your audiobook for you, you include several polysyllabic, really challenging alliterative phrases.
Anti-disestablishmentarianism.
But things like bumbling boobs, billowing, stuff like that.
Put as many tongue twisters in the the narrative as possible, and just to watch them struggle. It's like, yes, I'm a sadistic author. I like to torture my narrators. No.
This is how you build rapport with your narrators.
Yeah. What is it? Never note digger's depth. Say that one multiple times.
I'd rather not, thanks. Now, Herman, you're also the one who originally told me when going through proofreading it to read it out loud.
Yeah.
And that does make a difference. I ended up doing that with my last book, and I got to remember to do that with this one. But
make sure to include the phrase "pocketed it" a lot,
or grasped.
Grasped, yeah, exactly.
All these things that are just so much fun to say.
God. Yeah, reading aloud is definitely that's like the canary in your coal mine. Like if you hear it coming out of your mouth, or you hear it coming out of like a recording or something, and it makes you go, that's definitely that's I should change that.
or use the slightly outdated version for when somebody makes like a loud exclamation, like that's wicked. Ron ejaculated.
What? I wonder if I went through and I was being conscientious of it, how many New Englandisms I'd find in my writing.
Dude, kid, not now, Chief. I'm in the freaking zone. Cool beans.
I mean, at least once Haley said "wicked awesome," but
it's weird because like in England, like they'll say, "Oh, that's absolutely wicked," and it's kind of the same, but it how in New England it's like a
it's more of an adjective.
Very. Yeah, it just means like very. Yeah. Whereas or extremely, whereas I don't know. It's weird because I've seen the word used Same thing with gnarly.
It's a similar form of adjective, but it's at the end of a sentence as a description rather than an adjective to a particular word.
Yeah.
Oh.
Man. Yeah, I don't know. I've heard words thrown around, and sometimes I'm just like, you keep using that word, and I don't think you know what it means.
Yeah. Well, when I have one of the marshals say, "Oh, that's a wicked pisser," I'm like, "Do I spell that with an ER or an AH at the end?" I really don't know.
Oh, dude, kid. You got to get the Bill Burr in there. Remember when Star Wars had a Bostonian of the Empire?
No, remind me.
Yeah, Bill Burr was a character in The Mandalorian.
Oh, okay. I didn't. I was thinking of the
Fett.
original trilogy. I didn't watch The Mandalorian.
Yeah, it's really odd because it's like in a galaxy far, far away in the Empire that was strictly British. You know, dude, kid, what's going on? Come on!
I would just be waiting for someone to go up to him and say, "Hey, I need you to go do this," and he'll just say, "I up."
Yeah.
I up.
Oh man!
What was funny was Leia's disappearing, reappearing British accent in the first movie.
Oh yeah, did they try to make? Yeah. Oh, I hate that. I remember when they did that to the Scarlet Witch. They like gave her like a Slavic accent, and then by like the third movie, they're like, yeah, it ain't working. Let's just keep pushing it. Well, we'll give it the American one.
Notice how they never want to give him an Aussie accent. I could die.
Unless it's Wolverine in the cartoons.
Yeah.
Who's
I
Canadian.
love that Pride of the X-Men.
Yeah.
No, it's because with the Aussie accent, they want people to be able to understand what's being said. Half the time you can't understand what they bloody say. Half the time, they got them fair out bloody things. What the hell was that?
What's up, Saboteur Comics? Charlie in the chat. Good to see you, man.
Hey.
Yeah. Well, the thing with Wanda Maximoff is her accent kind of disappeared, and then during WandaVision, it came back for a scene or two. Like,
I was like, what?
Yeah, well, it's like when she was inside the Hex, she's speaking General American accent, and when she went outside to confront the military out there, she suddenly had the accent again, and then she walked back inside the Hex and it was gone.
It's very interesting.
And it was kind of funny when the fake Pietro was there. She said, "What happened to your accent?" And he goes, "What happened to yours?" It wasn't exactly lampshading. I think it was supposed to be pointing out she was choosing to kind of blend in with her surroundings, and when she gets pissed and doesn't care, the accent kind of comes back.
Well,
there is bad writing too, of course. There was plenty of that as well, but I think that was a deliberate choice.
Well, the entire delusion that she enveloped that town in was based off of like 1960s sitcoms. So
yeah,
they're American sitcoms too. So it's I saw a little bit of Bewitched in there, a little bit of Leave It to Beaver.
I mean, as the show advanced, they moved it up to the 90s. I think they did like
Malcolm in the Middle
reference.
Yep.
By the way, her 90s look was probably her best look through that show.
Oh,
but
the 90s. That's where it peaked.
They did not stick the ending though. They'll never know what you sacrificed for them.
No.
Oh, gag!
That's
Come on.
Typical female sociopathy.
Look, I had no. If she turned, she didn't. Did she even say "I'm sorry" to everybody before she left?
She didn't apologize to anyone.
Yeah, I mean that would have been better. At least even though the guy leading the military was right in what he was trying to do, I could still take him as a villain because he was a total jerk who didn't care about hurting others in the process at points because he had them open fire on. I mean, he didn't know the kids were manifestations, but they were kids, and he didn't mind them catching crossfire. So yeah, this dude crossed the line. You know, he might be technically the good guy, but he's still an antagonist and kind of villainous in his ways. So I can accept him as a bad guy. But they had to at least have Wanda come to terms with, I am the villain here. There was none of that.
Well, yeah,
I mean, they got close to it, and then they backed away from it, and that pissed me off.
You're expecting female introspection. That's a bridge too far, even in fantasy.
But it used to exist, and it used to
I
be
know.
compelling.
I know, and then we got polluted by what the goblins threw at us with feminism and all that crap.
Ethan,
Yeah.
I think of a man, and then I remove reason and accountability.
How do you write women so well?
I think of a man, and I take away reason and accountability.
I wish I said that to her when I met her. Talking about her damn dogs, and I'm like, really? We got a freaking video game over here, damn it. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like, it sucks because it's really making it difficult for like female writers now, because you got Joe Rowling, who wrote A Boy, you know, the whole Harry Potter thing.
Yep.
You know, nobody shit on her for that. I thought it was great, you know. Then you got, you know, the absolute legend that is Amy Hennig over in video game world. I mean, she gave us Uncharted, Legacy of Kain, you know, all that stuff. Nobody gave a shit, you know. She was just great at what she did. But now it's like you see a woman attached to like a writing thing, and there's that doubt in the back of your mind, and it's so frustrating. You know, I'm not even a woman. Like you know what I mean? If I were a chick, I'd probably be even super pissed. But
I mean, it's very frustrating for me as well, because my books have female leads. And now, because of all this garbage that's been put out there with strong female lead, when really we're just getting the chip on the shoulder girl boss instead of the badass babes that they were meant to be. And people are sick of it. I'm like, all right, with all that out there polluting the water, they're going to look at mine and go, oh, more strong female leads. I don't want to read it. And I was like, no, they're fun. They're likable. I don't have them running around with chips on their shoulders. Do some of them have some past trauma? Sure. Does that become their entire personality? No.
Yeah, it's frustrating because it's like we had some of the greats, you know, coming up in the 70s, 80s. Like, dude, just the other night I watched a film that you know, I'm related to some of the people that worked on it. But the OG Carrie, you know, Stephen King's OG Carrie, Brian De Palma. That's a female-centric story, and it's probably one of my favorites. You know, like as far as the way it was acted, the mean girl bullshit, like all this stuff. And every time they try to remake that shit, every time they try to like mess with it, it's like trying to add new pieces to chess. Just don't do it, man. It's fine as it is. Just leave it alone.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
we ruined it. They poisoned the well.
The one that gets brought up most of the time as an example of awesome female lead, over and over again, we've heard it mentioned. Say it with me, Ripley from Alien.
Yeah. Ellen Ripley.
But, I mean, that's because it's such a great example. But I mean, we had Xena. We had pretty much anything with Gina Davis, who's unfortunately
League of Their Own.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think she's kind of gone in the direction of all that. But pretty much anything with Gina Davis. We had Xena. We had Laura Croft. We had Xena.
Yep.
We had Dark Angel. We had Xena.
Did I mention Xena? No,
everybody loves Xena. Come on.
I just hate that what feminists have done to me as a jaded neckbeard, you know, what is it, incel, whatever the fucking term, I'm sorry, whatever the terms they throw at me now. I'm just a customer, you know, and I hate the fact that I now when new stuff comes out, I kind of like wince. Like it's like, oh, what are they gonna do to screw it up? You know, and it kind of cheated me out of a lot of good stuff. Like, have you seen a Dungeons and Dragons movie, Honor Among Thieves?
I have not seen that yet. No, I know it's been out.
Okay.
It came out a few years ago, and I
Yeah,
would
all
like to
the-
watch that. I just haven't done it yet.
Well, because that movie kept me from, all the garbage that we've been, thrown at us, the whole girl boss shit, the anti-white, the anti-male, all that crap. It's kept me away from watching that. And then one day it was on a streaming service, and I watched it, and I got genuine laughs out of that movie. Like, that is a really well written movie, dude. It's got a lot of faithful references to Dungeons and Dragons, Forgotten Realms. They bring up villains. They brought up an obscure villain, Zulkar Zastam, who's like one of the Necro, the Red Cloaks or whatever. And it was like, holy crap! Like, that looks exactly like my lead figure of him.
Speaking of Forgotten Realms, here's another awesome female character. My favorite in the Cleric Quintet, Danica.
Oh
yeah, she was so cool.
Who was the one with the Azure Bombs?
Don't know. I never read that series. I was pretty much almost exclusively reading R.A. Salvador, but
so the Drizzt Orden series.
Yep, and Catterley and Danica, Drizzt and Caddy Bree.
Wolfgar.
Wolfgar, yeah. There was one I read that was connected to those. It wasn't by R.A. Salvador. I think it was called Daughter of the Drow. And and it was about I can't even remember his name. He was like the head wizard in Menzoberranzan, but he couldn't become any higher in status because he was male, and it was a total matriarchy in Menzoberranzan. But he was like unusually high status for being a male. He was the lead wizard. He is the one who charged. What was the clock in there called? Narbondel or something like that. But it was his. And Jarlaxle also made an appearance in there, I believe. But she was the main character, and it was a pretty cool story. I read that one, and I actually like this character. And I hate that I can't remember her name. It's like I remember lots of things about the story, but I can't remember the names of the characters. But I mean, I read that one because it was connected to characters and lore I already was familiar with. I don't know if they came out with any more beyond that one because life happened and I stopped reading books for a while, but for a long while. But I mean, we had some awesome female characters. Now trying to find an awesome one these days is getting kind of tough. Although people might disagree with me on this, I think Misty Knight in Luke Cage Netflix series, she was freaking awesome.
I liked I really liked the Luke Cage series until Cottonmouth disappeared.
Yeah, and was it Sidewinder was his brother, right?
Yeah, whoever the big baddie, I was like, you're losing me.
Yeah, Cottonmouth should have been the final showdown, not hey, let's kill off the main antagonist and replace him with this guy from his past that we didn't really, I know they kind of built him up a little, but we hadn't connected with him as the antagonist, and it's like this other guy earned it, but now he's out of the way and I'm taking his place. That's what it came across like.
Yeah.
Hey, he could have been cool if we got to know him better, but he came across more kind of campy compared to everything else, so it was a bit of a tonal clash.
Yeah. Well, we were speaking of that series, though. Jessica Jones, the Alias detective.
Yep.
I thought that was a really good female-led show, but in all honesty, I think that David Tennant as the villain stole the show for me.
Oh, he really did. Well, it's David Tennant. It's kind of tough to, I think Kristen Ritter did pretty well considering he was she was right alongside David Tennant, and it was their connection that made the show. It's almost like
you
need both of them there for it to work.
Yeah, it really was like a what is it, a chocolate peanut butter union.
Yeah.
But like that villain was the scariest villain I've ever seen in a Marvel of any property. Like, the fact that he could literally remember when he held the family, he literally walks into like a mansion. He's like, "Yeah, I like this place. Yeah, walk in the closet and just stand there." And he just basically took the whole family and made them stay in the closet until they pissed themselves and died.
I mean, the dude was an absolute psychopath.
Yeah, it's so scary.
And he sold it, you know?
Yeah. But it made her as the Juggernaut, because she was basically, I think that without him, her character would have been a lot more unlikable, because she was your girl boss, physically impervious Mary Sue bitch, you know, drink hard.
Not entirely, because she made mistakes. She had her screw ups.
But
she was definitely moving in that direction.
Yeah, the moment you see how she it's like the how do you make a god bleed kind of thing, where, you know, she was like generally scared because it was like, okay, I'm invincible. Like I could punch through concrete, I could jump off of buildings, whatever. I'm invincible, but this guy could literally walk up to me and say, you know, make me do whatever he wanted. And that's a scary thing.
You're a bloody
you're a loony. Come back here. What you gonna do? Leave it with bum.
Yeah, and season 2 for Jessica Jones was garbage.
Yeah.
Season 3 was a lot better, and it got interesting again. And I think I would like to see Jessica Jones come back. And and I know not many people are fond of Tessa Thompson's Valkyrie. However, I would still to this day pay money to see a movie or a show where it's Jessica Jones and Tessa Thompson's Valkyrie, and the plot would be they're just getting together and going bar hopping and get caught up in shenanigans and end up going on this big adventure. That would be freaking hilarious. The two of them bar hopping on its own would be freaking hilarious. No,
it angers me that they chose Valkyrie to blackwash. Like all the Norse characters, they blackwash.
Yeah, and I'm not sure exactly if it's totally that they did that. I think they killed off Broomhild, and we saw it in the flashback sequence in Ragnarok, because her best friend, who was killed right in front of her, that really messed with her head, they showed her getting killed, and it was comic accurate Broomhild, who was Valkyrie in the comics.
And that's what bothers me, though, is that like they created that scenario to install a black character playing a Scandinavian Norse, you know, folklore figure. They did that with Heimdall as well. And it was like,
most of us didn't mind because it was Idris Elba, you know?
Yeah, and it's like, did that put butts in seats? I don't think so. Like when they blackwashed what's his face from I Am Legend, you know, Charlton Heston there.
Nigel.
Yeah.
Was it
whatever?
What was his name?
I can't remember his name, but they did that. Then iRobot, and then Wild Wild West. You know, Jim West. They made him black. Like, it wasn't that they made him black. It was that they had a smoking hot, you know, box office draw of Will Smith, and they just put him in that. And to me, that made sense. I'm like, I'm not going to be offended by that. It's
just like I was not at all offended by Michael Clark Duncan playing Kingpin.
I was.
Oh, you
That's
were?
my family. That's my family, dude.
So somebody said, you know, they made Kingpin black. I'm like, why are they doing that? Then I saw Michael Clark Duncan. I'm like, oh, that's why. Okay, I get it now.
My response.
He's got the screen presence.
But it didn't like, he wasn't a tent pole or a marquee sale. They did it because they like they want to blackwash things, and that bothers me because it creates a resentment to black characters. You know, like I actually liked Black Panther, and I know a lot of people like, dude, that movie was trash or whatever. To me, it was like one of the best samurai films I've seen outside of Japan.
Oh, I loved it.
But it just, you notice how they didn't whitewash any of those characters? Wouldn't that
No,
have
they
been
wouldn't
weird?
dare.
Yeah, and
There's
it only goes one way.
There's very few black characters that get whitewashed. Baxter Stockton,
Oh
the
yeah,
Deep, and there was one other. I can't remember. Crap! I saw one other. He was black in the source material and white in a show, and that surprised me. But Baxter Stockton from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and the Deep from The Boys.
yeah. I read some of the boys' books, and I couldn't like he was definitely darker skinned, but I don't know if he was like a black guy.
And he never took his helmet off, you know.
Yeah, he had one of those Submariner helmets. Yeah,
Yeah, the old bell diving
Yep.
get up. Now,
yeah.
one where they ethno swapped that did not bother me in the slightest, and I want to see her in more movies. Was Zazie Beetz' Domino?
I thought it was funny. They made her like reverse Domino. Instead of being a white chick with a big black dot on her eye, they made her a black chick with a white smooch in her eye. She got some schmutz there.
Was it comic accurate? No, but did I enjoy the heck out of her performance and her screen presence? Absolutely, and I want to see her back for more.
Man.
I mean, it wasn't even the comic Domino's personality.
No, it was a completely different character.
But she was awesome. And because I enjoyed her performance so much and she's easy on the eyes, I'm like, all right, I'll accept this. You know?
Yeah.
Is it highbrow of me to say? No, but I'm being honest here. Hey,
if you were entertained, you were entertained.
She was a lot of fun, and I'm not complaining.
How about Helena Troy? You gotta get or whatever, the face that launched 1,000 ships.
Because they were running away.
It's so
actually, that's
so
not even fair to
aggravating.
say. The actress that's playing Helen of Troy, she actually is pretty, but she's not
but she's
Helen
not
of Troy
like-
pretty by any stretch of the imagination. There's
You know
she had a classical European beauty, and so this is a role you can't just ethno swap. I'm sorry. I don't care if you brought out the hottest Asian chick, and I think Asian chicks are absolutely gorgeous. If an Asian chick was playing Helena Troy, sorry, no, I'm not accepting that.
Got yellow fever. Yeah, but like, it just bothers me because like I had a friend who was Greek. I went to school with him, and he had blonde hair and blue eyes. And I remember we were playing that Soul Calibur game, and there's a character in it called Sophia, who's from Greece. And I was like, wow, that's not a very Greek character, the blonde hair, blue eyes thing. And he like schooled me on basically what happened to the Peloponnesian Peninsula of why Greeks used to have blonde hair. Like Alexander the Great had blonde hair and blue eyes.
I had no idea.
Yeah, all the Greeks were they were Europeans. They were Indo-Europeans. They had blonde hair, blue eyes. There were mixes in there too because they were a very maritime-based culture. So there was a lot of there's a lot of race swapping or intermixing or whatever with.
Yeah, I mean it's the Mediterranean. It was quite literally the center of the world.
Exactly, but
especially considering trade routes.
But unfortunately, that openness made it prone to an empire that didn't end until like after World War One, and that was the what oozed up from the Arabian Peninsula. The Ottoman Empire came in and graped all of the generations of women, kind of like what they're doing in Europe right now, and they just turned everybody dark and Mediterranean. So the ones that escaped,
I honestly didn't know that. I thought I thought they were the skin tone was because of the region.
Hey,
yeah,
hey, Ethan.
Yeah.
I'm workshopping a new intro video. Here you go.
YouTube is run by Illuminati lizard people.
Word bubbled a little out of sync.
It's funny. He was attacked by a giant boulder just because they needed to silence him.
YouTube is run by Illuminati lizard people.
For the deaf people, there you go.
It's like he points up to it too, like whatever it says.
Oh, did he point up to it?
Yeah, he kind of whipped his hand up to it.
Lizard people.
Watch. Oh. I can identify with this. Oh man. But yeah, my buddy, he was
crab people.
But no, my buddy with blonde hair, blue eyed, he said that's what happened. Is the people from a certain death cult came in and just ethnically cleansed the Peloponnesians until they were what we now see as Greeks. The darker Mediterranean.
I mean, we see that in Spain as well. A lot of them are. I know they're still
Moorish.
considered white, but they're kind of brownish. And every
Moors
once in a while you
came
get a
in.
blonde hair, blue eye, but most of them are that more olive tone and can dark. My grandfather, he woke up in the morning a white guy, walked outside for 15 minutes, came back inside a black guy. I mean, he would just tan like that. It was unreal. It was like, and I see his skin tone, and I look out at my easily burned lobster forearms. I'm like, why didn't I inherit that? Come on, that's not fair. How did I end up being a sheet of paper over here?
Man, yeah, it's weird though, but you can see how invasive groups come in and just change the demographics, and that's happening all over Europe now.
Not that we see that happening now. No.
Yeah, it's infuriating. I'm glad. I am so grateful I'm in the United States instead of the UK, because God, that's. I mean, it's horrifying watching it from afar. I can only imagine what it would be like being in that, in that environment where.
Well, let's ask someone who's in that environment. Hey, Frederick.
About
What
time.
environment am I in? Oh my God.
Yeah,
Communism?
Yeah, we were just talking about that.
Everyone's always talking about communism. No one's ever doing anything about it.
But then there's Rattel,
Ah, yes. It will put a
the
seed
commie buster.
into people's minds. That's right, the commie buster. I like that.
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Dude, not bad. I spent the day doing some house work, literally working on the house, my parents' house, redoing some of the roofing. So they have one of their friends who's good at that kind of stuff, and I was there kind of as a helper. And so, yeah, putting some roofing up. How about you guys? Did you have a good 4th of July?
Oh yes, and I gotta say, I am absolutely thrilled that it happened during the World Cup, because we got to see so many people that came here and are loving being here, loving the country. And it's so cool. All these people that are loving being here, we got to share our 250th birthday party with them. I just wish we could have had more folks from Japan over here, because U.S. and Japan have become best of friends, and it would have been cool to have them here for the birthday party too.
You know, I've heard that saying so much in the past week.
You know what I'd like to do? I'd like to deport some of these like liberal college student doomers, send them to like Scotland or whatever, and then surprise the people that are here. But like, surprise, we sent some assholes back to your country. You get to stay here.
Yeah, but while I share the sentiments, Liverpool, I'm actually glad that we actually have visitors here in our country who are actually happy to be here and are being really cool and are having a good time with all the interactions.
Yeah.
And the coolest thing about the U.S. Japanese buddy thing is it's not a matter of government policy or trade agreements or treaties. It's the people talking to the people back and forth and actually liking each other. And
well, it's mostly
as different as our cultures are, we
giving,
also
like,
have a
the
lot of
translation
overlap.
powers on Twitter, I think.
Yeah, and
We
it's
can
like,
now see the Japanese's tweets and vice versa. So now we're like talking to each other. We're like, oh, we're saying the same thing basically.
yeah, it's amazing. Our cultures are very different, but have so much overlap that we just become buddies. And it's a matter of the populace. It's just happened organically. No geopolitical garbage. It's just two separate cultures suddenly becoming good friends, and that's awesome. And I'm glad we're finally getting some good stuff out of all this, rather than just the constant political shuffling of people around to try and change things for political reasons and yada yada, and border arguments and stuff. Finally, we're just having some good friendships, and it's nice to see. It's actually very heartwarming and gives me a little bit of hope.
Hey, Ethan, I don't know if you've seen this. Let me present something for you here. It's related to what we were discussing earlier.
Should I be worried?
Maybe a little.
We all love Amelia here. Let me kick that volume down a bit, though. A million Amelias.
British not skittish and done with this crap. British not skittish with the noise from the nap to take here. For your skull a good rap, raise your pint lads in the
Yeah, I've played the whole video on here before.
Oh, you have? Okay.
Yeah. I don't mind playing it again because this is fun. Skybrows does some good work. And while Liz is playing, it gives me a chance to munch on my sandwich. Australia is awake. What's up, Corey? Good to see you, man.
Hey, good.
How's it going, Corey?
Amelias. Now there's a million Amelias. Goals of you was revealed, yeah. I feel ya, I feel ya. This goal keeps it real, yeah. I feel ya, happy Amelia. I feel ya, let's do the deal, make it real, yeah, 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 yeah.
I keep forgetting that's in there.
That was Enoch Powell.
Glad to see your O key is still working.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah. You know, it's sad because Rupert Lowe obviously won't get voted in any of that stuff, but you know they're like, oh, he's too extreme or whatever. We'll let that other milk toast, whatever his name is, get in,
Nigel
and it's
Farage.
like, yeah, Farage. They'll get Farage in there, and it's like he's just another one of these goblin puppets. He'll kiss the wall, he'll do it all, and he's not going to fix anything.
Well, here's the thing: like Rupert Lowe may not become the next prime minister, but Restore Britain is winning. It has candidates that are winning local elections.
Yeah, that's good to hear.
Local is where it needs to start anyway. I mean, national elections are really great if you can get the right folks in there, but local is where it matters because that's what's going to affect you most immediate in your day-to-day life.
It's weird because
at
it's
least
like
here in the U.S. Maybe it's different over there. But.
Well, it's a double-edged sword because local is obviously where it starts, but when local starts getting overridden by federal, which is what's going to happen, they could be like, oh, that whatever it is, these racist upstarts or whatever are doing, they're going to have to send in federal troops or whatever, and it's frustrating because it's like you can see the infection, what's wrong, what needs to be done, but people are too afraid to do it. It's kind of why, like, it's
weird. It's all done through the media in colleges.
Well, yeah. It's Yuri Bezmenov warned us about this. He's like the what do you call it? The ideological subversion, the extremia meritatia, where they target the soft minds of education, and it takes about 20 years. And yeah, that's why they started with feminism, because women are easier to manipulate through social pressure. It's the whole queen bee thing,
Yeah.
And
whereas us guys, we're just stubborn bastards.
Well, no, if you get the women, you get the men.
Uh-huh.
That's how it works. Is because not only do women produce the next generation, and when you create single mothers, they have sole control, or the state has control over how the kids are, formed. The men are out of the picture, but women are the police of conformity, and men will acquiesce to women's demands. Because they want.
Do you know where I saw
whatever.
this demonstrated so beautifully?
Where's that?
At a McDonald's I used to work at.
Oh no.
Well, what would happen is the teenagers, late teens, early 20s, they would all show up and they would buy stuff, but then they would hang out in the parking lot for like 2-3 hours. And when you see that many kids lumped in the parking lot, it dissuades other business. So we had to start enforcing the loitering thing. It's like we let them know, because they were all regulars and we knew a lot of them by name. We're like, hey, we appreciate you. We love having you here, but you can't hang out for this long. You come in, you buy something, after, at 20 minutes afterwards, you're done eating, you got to go, because it does dissuade deter other people from coming. And they're like, yeah, sure, okay. But I mean, some of them would get a little stubborn and belligerent and say, well, and they go back in, they buy more stuff to try and reset the clock. But because I mean, it became their hangout, and trying to walk a fine line and arguing with some of these dudes, it became just that, arguments. One of the managers, he walked up to a group of girls with no guys in it and told them first that it's time to go, because once they were getting in the cars to leave, all the dudes left too. So he asked the ladies to leave first, and when they went to leave, everybody left.
Yeah.
Because they call women the weaker sex, but what's the weakness of a dude? The women,
Well,
it's all kind of a loop.
Then you get the power, then you get the women.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you really just stop and analyze it, why would guys want power in the first place?
To impress the
Like,
babes.
look at all of these like super powerful men in our society. How many of them have like multiple like harems of women? You know what I mean? Like, that's
all of them except Bill Gates.
Well, come on. I mean, I don't know how much money would make
One of
that
the richest
attractive.
men in the world. Don't care, you're still a nerd.
That's gotta be disappointing when you're one of the richest men in the world, and no girl would want to touch your penis.
Look, he didn't give his wife immaculate chlamydia.
That is
but he didn't pick it up to give it to her to begin with because the babes were into him either.
Yeah, he had to enter his credit card number in first.
Yeah,
that's right.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Where do you swipe the strip in this transaction? Never mind.
It's amazing what a little bit of money. How what is with beer goggles? It's like the beer goggles for women, certain women. It's amazing how money for certain women will, make them immediately attractive. There's this one guy who was my dad's age. He was actually the founder of a company. I won't mention his name, but he was, my dad was like in his 60s at that point, maybe 70s, and his buddy had an 18-year-old wife, and he's a tall, skinny guy who's all wrinkled, and it's like, really? So you're gonna tell me there's sex appeal there? Yeah, I don't think so.
Well, here's how it works. Women have mammary glands, and men have wallets.
Yes.
Am I oversimplifying? Yeah. Yes, way too much. But I mean, there is a biological, natural thing happening there where women are attracted to power and security because they need someone to protect them. Men are attracted to beauty because of fertility. So I mean, it is a base instinct, and it is there for a reason. But it's when these things get blown out of proportion when it's a problem.
Well, women aren't necessarily attracted to money. They're attracted to competence, and money is a good indicator of it.
Very true.
But it sounds like what you're saying, Ethan, is thanks for the memories.
That's right.
Hooray for movies.
We only have the breast jokes here, folks.
Oh, man.
They just left us all speechless. How did that happen?
Well, they say that staring at a woman's breasts is good for your health.
And should I ever get married again, believe me, I will be staring. Until then, I try to control where my eyes go, and I'll tell you what, that's a fight. That is a fight and a half.
The fight is real. Yeah, I don't know. I think I take the Danny Glover approach. I'm just too old for that shit. I just don't care anymore. Whatever. God, if I had a kid right now, I would be in my. Actually, I probably wouldn't be alive, but I'd probably be in my late 70s when that kid got into university. Yeah, no thanks.
When I went to my son's graduation, he graduated college. I get there to do the ceremony. I kid you not, 70% of the student body were women.
Well, yeah. They feminized our education system.
I mean, we lost the we lost the education that was actually geared toward how men learn. A lot of the shop classes are gone.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, men are doers. Women will sit and listen. Men will actually need to be actively engaged.
All right, we learn by hands-on, and
did you just say men are doers?
Women are.
The women will sit and listen, and what the men will do them.
No, well, here's my useless developmental psychology degree.
Well, since you put it that way, Frederick.
No, yeah, just sit there and let him finish. No, if you want to, when you're dealing with childhood psychology, and you're dealing with trauma, and you want if you want to as a counselor or a psychologist or whatever, and you're trying to get the child to talk, especially like kind of post or pre catatonia or whatever from trauma, the best way to engage a male child is to bring an action, a puzzle, blocks or something, and as the child is engaged in that activity, they're more likely to talk, and that carries through into adulthood. Men are doers. They need to do things. They need to feel like they're valued. Women do not have that same kind of intrinsic conditioning. Women
they need the verbal interaction.
Yeah, women are a social creature, whereas a man is a accomplisher, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, they say women build relationships face to face, where men build relationships shoulder to shoulder.
Yep, that's a very good saying.
I'm Batman.
Well,
I don't know.
it's
I don't know
why-
how well the face-to-face thing works anyway, because it seems like all the women just hate each other.
Oh, they do. Men don't have frenemies. That's strictly a female thing. And any man that has a frenemy is because he's feminized.
No, we don't have frenemies. We have rivals.
But at the end of the day,
you
everybody
can
knows
have
what they
someone
stand.
who's not your enemy, but he is your rival, because you sharpen each other with your competition. You know.
Yeah, but you don't hate, like, a frenemy is literally somebody that you hate that you keep in your circle because of clout danger. You know, they're
The only
around
time
because they have-
the only time you see that happening is because they've been reading. What was it? I almost said Shang Tsung. Sean Wu. Who wrote The Art of War?
So,
Yeah,
Shang Tsung.
Yes, keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
You almost delved into, like, you were almost in Firefly. You were, have you read the writings of Shan Yu?
Yeah, I was thinking of that scene from Firefly. I was trying to remember the name. Everybody Shang Tsung tonight.
No, Shan Yu was fictional, but he was referencing Sun Tzu.
I thought it was just his accent. He was saying it wrong.
No,
But you're right. Simon said it that way too. I should have caught that.
No, they deliberately made somebody up so they wouldn't have to, like, misquote Sun Tzu.
Oh yeah, and all of their fake Chinese swears. Like Gorum.
Apparently that was real Mandarin. It was just not well pronounced.
Right.
Like a American trying to speak French. Bam Jower, Miss Shower.
Saying Benoit instead of Benoit.
Yeah, you notice that here in New England we have a lot of French names, and they're all mispronounced.
Yeah,
and they're mispronounced by the people who have them.
All over the states.
When I was younger, I used to live in a town. There was a woman with the last name Benoit, and they all pronounced it Benoit. People come up to him and say Benoit, and they're like, "No, it's Benoit."
Yeah, I had a friend, classmate with that. Another one named her last name was Dubois, but it should have been pronounced Dubois.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Were they sheet rockers?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Actually. Yeah. And then Gauthier instead of Gautier. Yeah. It's weird. And it's like if you say it correctly too, they get offended. I'm like, sorry. Like, I'm reading your name up on the board. I didn't realize that there was a. You put like an accent or something on it that's like America.
Heck yeah.
I don't know. People screw up my last name all the time too, and it's only 4 letters long, starts with F, ends with K, and it isn't a swear.
I know how to pronounce this.
I don't know. That's how I can always tell when certain people call my house or whatever. They're like, "Hi, it's Chris Fix there." I'm like, "I'm sorry, nobody by that name exists here." There is no X in my last name. Sorry.
Where's that even coming from? Or is that just bad speaking?
Bad speaking.
I don't know, man. I'm definitely not the one to axe.
Yeah. I don't have the strength for that.
Hello, I'm looking for Mr. Feisk.
Well, they screwed up my name so many times. I remember I got interviewed in a CG like 3D animation magazine. They literally called me Chris Fink and then Chris Funk, and I'm like, I literally sent you the corrections to my name, and you didn't even like. This magazine is worthless now. I can't use this as a portfolio.
We
Don't you remember your surname chart? It's Fisk Fank Funk.
Yeah, I'm like a dragon from Marvel.
So I'm bringing the funk.
Yeah, no.
I'll be right back.
Do we need to bring back boom boxes on the shoulders?
You know, my dad called them
Dude,
ghetto
do you know how many
blasters.
batteries those consumed?
Yeah,
all of them.
There's
I
no
had to
more.
take them from
There's
my
no
mom.
more D batteries since the fucking 80s. They're all gone.
No, special toys still use the D batteries.
Oh, is that so? Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say now it's the ladies monopolizing all the D cells.
Oh, maybe that's why the boom boxes went away.
Yeah,
The boomsticks now.
There were a finite number of D cell batteries, and people were like, "Well, do we want to listen to music loudly in public, or do we want women to shut up?"
Who controls the D cells controls the universe.
Exactly.
You know, that's actually, here's a useless fact for you. Another useless psychology thing. The invention of the vibrator was designed in the American Midwest. I think it was in Texas. They invented the vibrator because you know, the
everything's bigger in
etymological.
Texas.
Oh God, yeah. But like the etymological origin of the word hysteria basically meant crazy bitch. Like your hyster is your you know, like you get a hysterectomy, you get your womb basically taken out. So they invented the vibrator because there were a bunch of hysterical women that needed to be calmed down.
Yep.
It's like, so you invented a vibrator?
Couldn't they just, I don't know, gotten some chocolate?
Oh.
Yeah. Women would go to see a doctor. The doctor would activate a vibrator made of like copper and leather, and then he would proceed to get her off. And then she'd go home, and her husband would be like, "Wow, you seem
You seem more calm.
You seem more calm." Yeah.
What the fuck?
Shouldn't it be your husband who's helping her with that? I mean, call me old-fashioned, but
He wasn't doing a good job. That's the whole point.
So there's a sort of a cultural thing you have to understand. Women. Okay, so in the Victorian era, in the late 19th century, women were not seen as like sexual creatures at all. To represent them that way, or sort of express them in that way, was considered sort of vulgar, to the point where, like, you had nude women modeling for like artists and stuff, and it wasn't considered like pornographic because women were seen as so thoroughly asexual that it didn't really, nobody batted an eye at it. So like, yeah, the concept that women might be harboring sexual tension and desire, and that might require release in order for them to be happy and healthy, was like fucking crazy in the late 1900s. Or late 1800s, rather.
Shit, she's percolating.
according to Christie, is also a cure for headaches. Well, is that what they always meant by "I have a headache"?
Yeah, the next time your lady's like, "Not tonight, I have a headache," you'd be like, "Well, funny you should mention that."
We're gonna take you to Pound Town. I've got a splitting headache. All right.
For medical reasons, of course.
Yeah, purely for science. No, I just like, it makes me wonder how hilarious or how like fucked up it was for like early medical science to be like, Yeah, the reason why women are all fucked up like this is because their no spot hadn't been tingled in a while. let's invent a machine. like what were the early test subjects like? This chick's like, what the hell is this dude doing?
Some of that actually wasn't great. Apparently, they tested it on not necessarily all willing subjects from mental institutions.
Oh,
That's
Jesus!
messed up.
Yeah. Okay. Now we went from funny to horrific.
Yeah. Some of it's not great comedy.
Oh man.
You know, I used to think that humans were generally basically good as a baseline, and the more I look through history, I'm realizing no, we kind of suck.
No, we are in an evil world. Like, if you succeed and you are at the top of the heap, you're a pretty evil piece of shit.
I mean, and here's
not an absolute, but there is a kind of a generalization there.
It's that's why it's funny when these like effete, like feminized men are like, oh, we're gonna bring down society, we're gonna collapse the system, man. It's like, okay, yeah, so you personally want to return to a world of blood and iron and strength. That's the world you want to exist in, huh? Okay, all right.
Yeah, everybody that's like so pro war and like so pro conflict have never actually like been in conflict. I'm a strong proponent that everybody should be punched in the face. No, I'm a strong proponent that everybody should be punched in the face at least once in their life, just so they know how it feels. And
I'm way ahead of my quota then.
Well, yeah, I mean, as a kid, like when I was a little shit as a kid, I got freaking knocked I got knocked on my ass. And you know what? I learned a lesson that day. Shut the fuck up. You know, like don't pick a fight with someone bigger than you. You're lucky you're still got all your teeth. Like those are very valuable lessons that we learned as kids. But because we put everybody into a freaking rubber room as kids and we put all the padding on everything, we now have adults that still haven't learned these lessons.
Hey, some of us ate through that rubber room and we're here today.
That's right. Christy says that's because when women had their cycle, your husband could have you committed.
Isn't that skip dude? That is so messed up.
But do you know what else is also from that same era?
What's that?
If a woman went out and committed crimes, her husband was the one who was prosecuted for it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't an absolute. You know,
you're right back.
There wasn't. There were some two-way streets still happening. Were things a little out of balance? Sure, but it wasn't the absolute tilt on its side that a lot of people make it out to be.
Well, that's because we've been fed this weird crap where we're basically like, hey, men are bad, women are bad, you guys should hate each other, don't reproduce. Oh, by the way, the third world that all your taxes money is going towards is artificially letting them reproduce, and they're procreating like cockroaches now. Yeah. So you're going to be ethnically replaced. Enjoy.
Christy says, I've been punched in the face, and I smile. Oh, Christy, you're in a class of your own.
Well,
I know this.
I got punched in the face once, and because I had a British smile, I unzipped the back of his hand, and he needed stitches. And I remember him running to the teacher on duty saying, he bit me. And the teacher looks at me, or the teacher on duty looks at me, looks at him. She's like, no, that's not from a bite. What did you do? So Snaggletooth for the win.
He tried to ram his fist into the key making machine.
Yeah. God. Do I dare turn my office into a den of lies? Man, I don't know. We're looking at the kind of the end results of multiple generations now that have been kind of protected from things that they shouldn't have been protected as kids, and now that they're adults, their behavior can't really be corrected.
Yes, Christy, I do know. She is definitely in a class of her own.
Man. Now, the ship that, oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to ask the ship that Frederick has on the screen right now. Is that the one that you have in your AI video too that she goes up into?
No.
Oh, this is a different ship.
Yeah, the one in that video was just it wasn't based on anything from the book.
Oh, it's just a random thing. It wasn't
Yeah.
wavelength.
Was not the wavelength. This, what Frederick's done here, is the wavelength. And dang, Frederick, how awesome is that? Wow.
Yeah, it's complete.
Dare I say, wicked awesome.
Dude, kid, it's in the
Not.
Is there like a third, like jet that comes out of its rear end, or is
Yes.
No. Yeah, you know what? I'm not even sure. I don't think so, because what's in the back there is it's a
Cargo
big
doors.
door that lowers down like a ramp for a cargo area. So I don't know where you would find I don't know where you'd find a thruster there.
Well, if you look long enough, you might find a thruster there. But yeah,
If you're
no,
brave enough, anything is a thruster.
Oh, that looks fantastic, Frederick.
Thank you.
Yeah,
very
man.
much. Thank you, Chrissy.
Dude, I'm so getting Cobra Night Raven vibes from this.
Right? This is like a GI Joe. Like I was like back to my childhood, especially
Yes.
with the mini jet on top of it.
Yeah, the one-man drone.
Like if Ethan like made this all dark gray with red windows,
Yeah.
it'd be over.
Yeah, I got to 3D print that thing.
Christy says that's incredible,
Nice.
Right? You can
and I am
3D
very much inclined to agree.
Well, thank you. I'm happy. I'm glad you like it, man. It's cool. It's been a journey. It was something to get the shape in the beginning. Like that was a big part of it. Is just getting that right shape from the 2D kind of like map plan kind of overview, and getting that to feel like it's in a 3D space. That's the
Yeah.
big part.
In fact, let me bring that up. Let me show everybody what you started with.
Yeah, we got some photos from the steps, the different process.
Ooh.
I just keep staring at it when I'm at the end of it. There you go.
There's that.
Oh, look at that.
That's the rear. This right here is a door that folds down, and into a ramp where it's a cargo area. There's a couple of vehicles parked in there, and then that was the general shape of it from the top.
Nice.
Yeah, these sketches were done by Josh Stevens. And so that gives you the idea of the decks that are in there. It's 3 decks. Of course, this is bigger because it's representing a cargo area here in the middle. Yeah, you can see my mouse on the screen. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, but like we got a deck down here, mid deck, and an upper deck, and so you have the cargo area here, but the decks themselves run the length of the ship. So most of the length of the ship is 3 decks.
So, Ethan, I've got something queued up for you.
All right. Oops, I almost removed the wrong thing. There we go. Well, that didn't take long.
It's got
Wow.
a thruster. It's got a thruster.
That's a butthole.
It's not on, but it's there.
No, that's its butthole.
It's just a synonym, you know.
Look, it's
Well, I was
winking.
gonna say- I was about to say that's a sphinxter.
Yeah.
Activate sphincter drive.
Yeah.
And
When
it
the
takes
cargo
off.
comes out, does the cargo come out like slowly? Like
Come on,
when it
man,
ta-
put your back into it. Push it out. Push it
And,
out.
and when it goes to FTL, you hear
or when the jet like departs from the other vehicle, it needs Lamaze. Like breathe.
Oh, this is done from the pencil sketch, right? Or from this one. It's almost identical in the early frames.
I'm sorry to say, sir, the ship is constipated.
Hyperlaxative, activate.
Just release the oxygen.
Yeah. Man.
Some more fiber skids.
They got a forklift full of fiber.
You feed it some fiberglass.
Some Pink Panther.
now we need someone on there named Scotty with an Irish accent just to shout stuff.
I'm pushing her as fast as I can, Captain.
If I push any harder, I'll give him a hemorrhoid.
I'm giving you what, 12, Captain. That's as far as she'll go.
I need more fiberglass. I'm starting to sound Indian now.
Yeah, every time I try and do an Irish accent, it ends up leaning more into that Hindu sound. I don't know why. I have a tough time doing the Irish.
I can have my full of shite.
Oh, guys, you big on it.
But I can write Irish dialogue really well. I just need a butt ton of apostrophes.
My name is McShabas. Wow, that sounds weird.
Scotty, I want you to thank me and say come again.
Oh, yeah, it's Scottish, not Irish, my bad.
Yeah.
Mr. Scott.
Actually, Ethan,
give me what 13.
I had to make a
Captain
correction. I had to make a correction. Can you play that?
Is it going to crap and go to lead or something?
What?
He must have ate a lot of Indian food on that flight.
Well, as you know, there's no atmosphere in space, so they have to vent. They have to get the heat out somehow.
Oh, do you guys remember that flight from London to New Delhi that had to get rerouted somewhere over France because the Indians shit so bad in the bathroom that people were like getting sick by the horrible
What?
stench?
No, I didn't hear about this. Is this real or is this? a
Yeah, I
gag?
remember hearing about that.
It's totally. And you remember the video that went around of the? It shows a bunch of people on an airplane, and they're like in the cabin, and they're all holding their noses, and they're just, like got this look of disgust on their face, and then you hear an Indian voice in the background go, "Whoever is farting, please stop."
What?
Methinkus was it he who smelteth? I think he dealteth.
Wow, that is comedy gold.
It is more of a brownish tinge, but yes, there are some gold flakes in there.
You know, there's
Wow.
rich people that actually buy pills with flakes of gold to endow their, you know what's,
Feces.
that's actually a thing.
Well, I remember Goldschlager.
Does it have to be a thing?
It has to.
No, we gave my buddy a big bottle of Goldschlager to give him a send off when he went out to Paris Island after graduation.
Yeah.
And he said they were giving him shit because there were gold flakes on the head.
Goldschlager's good, man. That's like very cinnamon-y.
Oh. Yeah, but apparently it leaves gold flakes in your poop.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, yeah.
And seriously, who wants to check? I can't imagine who was going, I wonder.
Your
and
dumpster.
started
Son, there's
picking
gold in
through.
them turds.
Wrangler,
Yeah,
there's
little man.
mountains of money for that kind of research.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know a single Jewish guy who doesn't get up and inspect. I gotta find if there's any blood in my stool.
She's like, no, it doesn't have to be a thing. How do we end up in these conversations?
I know. First, we were talking about Asa Sharma, and we're talking about like. wait. We're talking
about video games in the market, and now we're talking about the reflexive gold and poo.
I thought I could have sworn we were talking about how spaceships poop. I thought that was what we were discussing.
Everybody poops, even spaceships.
Yeah, everybody. Yep.
Goldschlag is nasty.
Yeah, she caught her mistake before we did. Yes, I know. Autocorrect is a villain. I like to call
what
it
the hell?
autocorrupt.
Yeah, that's really far.
Dude, there should be an actual villain that just autocorrects everybody. Like an annoying, pedantic villain. You know what I mean?
Or how about when what he does is he fucks with your speech, so it's not just autocorrect for your text or whatever, but it's like you're trying to say something and what you're saying, it'd be like, "What the duck?"
Yeah, it's autocorrect.
I saw
in
that
the comic.
Yeah, I saw that on Twitter.
Help! The villain, he's got me so ducked over.
That's better than the villain I came up with for one of my buddy's campaigns.
Oh.
He rejected it out of hand, but I was like, "Come on, people would really hate this villain." His name was the Negromancer.
Shit.
No. He himself looked like Colonel Sanders, but he could control.
I'll say more.
Oh, great Lord, great Scott. We have to go back.
I was like, "Look, dude, you hate this villain so much, you're gonna exclude him from your game. How much do you think the players would hate him? Come on."
Especially when everybody gets called boy. That would actually be hilarious. Starts off with like a hood.
You know, I don't know why I just thought of him. There was a villain in Batman the Animated Series, only in one episode. But it's like I hated him and thought he was an awesome villain at the same time. It was out in the desert. This guy was kind of running a labor camp or something. He was huge. He was fat. He was always eating something and kept calling everyone else lazy. And it was one where Bruce Wayne got kidnapped.
Just like a personal attack or something?
Yes. And he was, they would lock him. They didn't, I don't think they knew he was Bruce Wayne, but he was in a lockbox and he was stuck in there. Alfred ended up busting him out. And then, of course, later that night, Batman descends on there and like picks the whole operation apart. But this dude was just like, he was like Boss Hogg, but worse.
Oh, dude. Dude, you know the guy who played Boss Hogg was like a badass military guy? Yeah, Sorrel. Dude, he was a polyglot, like a military linguist.
Yeah.
Like, I was astounded. I read his little biography thing, and it was like, why was this fat, dumpy little guy who was JD, Jefferson Davis Hogg, who played like this weird little hick guy, like an actual genius.
You know what I didn't understand? What did he have for breakfast every morning?
Himself?
Raw liver and black coffee. How is he fat eating that kind of diet?
No.
He should have been pure muscle.
I know. Liver enzymes are really good for you. Man.
I don't know. Well, actually, another guy on Dukes of Hazzard. What's his name? James Best, the guy who played Roscoe P. Coltrane. You know, he was a Yeah, Gert, Jesse. No, he was a badass gamer. He was really hardcore into shooter games like Unreal Tournament and Quake 3 Arena.
Yeah, the Dukes of Hazzard movie. I think the biggest screw up of the character was Roscoe.
Yeah,
Roscoe in that movie was not Roscoe at all.
No,
not even close. And then they did what was supposed to be a pilot episode for a Dukes of Hazzard reboot. They did bring Willie Nelson back as Uncle Jesse,
which I think is perfect casting, by the way.
They brought who was the guy that played Shooter McGavin in Happy Gilmore?
You eat pieces of shit for breakfast?
But that guy was playing Boss Hogg. And they had somebody else playing Roscoe this time, and this dude nailed it. I mean, it was one episode meant to be a pilot. What I didn't like was Bo and Luke Duke. Bo, again, they made him an idiot. Luke was all right. They were like teenage kids. The chick who played Daisy in that, she was a knockout, as she should be.
Like Jessica Simpson was back in the 90s?
Yeah, and she was dark-haired this time. Don't get me wrong, Jessica Simpson was gorgeous. I did not mind her version of Daisy. I wasn't thrilled about it, but I didn't mind it. You know, she played dumb blonde, but was really cunning underneath it. You know, so I mean, there were some aspects of Daisy there, but she didn't have the right sass to her. You know, Daisy had a certain type of sass.
Ethan,
yeah.
How much do you know about Dolph Lundgren?
Because a genius. He's
that dude's a genius too.
Yeah, crazy. He, if I remember correctly, he earned a degree in chemical engineering from Australia.
Yeah.
Was it Australia or Austria?
Australia, I think. Hang on,
it's Austria.
I didn't know where he got it. I just
let me look it up.
He was probably.
I just knew that he was a Mensa member, and he survived cancer.
Yeah, here we go. Washington State University and Clemson University. He studied chemistry on various scholarships. University of Sydney. He earned his master's degree in chemical engineering in 82. MIT Fulbright Scholarship. In 83, he was awarded the highly competitive Fulbright Scholarship to MIT, but ultimately did not attend. Yep. Choosing to move to New York to pursue acting instead.
I liked his version of the Punisher. I do wish he had the skull in that though.
Oh, he also was apparently briefly Grace Jones's bodyguard.
Holy shit! Isn't he like 6'4" too? He was like a giant.
Yeah, he speaks Swedish, English, and can converse in Spanish, German, French, and Japanese.
I can't even get English right. Jeez.
Dude, I got shit when I was learning Tagalog, and the instructor was making the joke. What do you call someone that can speak multiple languages? They're called a polyglot. Somebody that can speak 2 languages. They're bilingual. What do you call someone who can barely speak 1 language? What? American. Like, yeah, screw you.
You're not wrong. My great-grandfather, when he first came to America, could speak, read, and write 7 languages.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I can speak a lot of languages, but not very well. And I'm not literate in Japanese, but I can speak it at a conversational level.
Well, I can say karate and a couple other Oriental words.
Oriental.
He learned the secrets of the Orient.
Use the Chinese pill cream.
Yeah, I heard Oriental's considered offensive now. I went and looked it up, and it was weird. The people who were all upset with the word Oriental, almost none of them were actually Asian. They didn't have a problem with it. It was other people being offended for them on their behalf when they really didn't care. So as far as
I don't care, you can
not offensive.
Call me Oriental.
It only became offensive occidentally.
Uh,
Yeah, well, you know where the word Orient comes from, right?
From the east.
it's like
it just means the
professional
east.
term.
It's from the Roman, from Latin, Orientus, meaning east. And the reason why they use the term Orient to refer to the east is because prior to the advent of the compass with the magnetic poles, all maps were orientated so that the east was at the top. So if you ever looked at ancient maps, north was always on the left side of the paper.
Huh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
The ancient symbol for cartography was a circle with a horizontal line through the center and then a vertical line through the bottom part of that center. And it's to represent the three continents because they didn't know that North America existed.
And then when they found that, they're like, crap, we got to add more.
Yeah.
You gotta redraw this whole thing.
We still don't know how many continents there are.
Yeah. Yeah, there's all sorts of weird shit.
Some cultures treat Eurasia as a single continent. Some people treat North and South. Some of them treat North and South America as a single continent, despite the fact that they are definitively split by the Panama Canal.
Yep.
It's funny, yeah, that like not every culture agrees on how many continents there are.
Yeah, and what's weird is I heard that the separation between the American continent and the European continent are actually in Greenland. It's like half of Greenland is connected to the European continent, and the other half is connected to the American continent. There's like some kind of separate. There's some kind of divide in there, a continental divide. It's two separate chunks of rock that come up together in the same spot.
That and all of the maps lie to us, and they say that Greenland is this gargantuan island. It's really not that big.
It's not that green either.
Yeah, but
that was deliberate.
Greenland,
It was named that for tactical reasons.
Yeah,
and Iceland is more green. Not by a lot, but
I was gonna say I don't see too many trees in Iceland, but yeah.
Oh, you know what? Those aren't trees; they're people. My bad. You get some big dudes over there.
Oh yeah, dude. When I met Hafthor Bjornsson there, the mountain from Game of Thrones, I'm 6 foot, and I came up to that guy's like right above his belly button. I felt like a midget. He stood up, and I was like, "Holy shit!" He was an honorary Scotsman that day because it was at the Highland Games here in New Hampshire. Yeah. And there, even though he's Icelandic, the event we made him an honorary New Hampshire Scot, so he belongs to Clan New Hampshire.
Oh, nice.
And he's got his own tartan. Like we have our own New Hampshire state tartan and everything, which is a lot cooler than my clan. Clan Sawyer's tartan sucks. Sorry, Clan Sawyer, but it does. It looks like the Pizza Hut. It looks like the Pizza Hut tablecloth.
Now, ethnically, they're Norwegian, aren't they?
Hey, Chris.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Where in New Hampshire?
Well, I think the Highland Games was in Keene. It was at Loon Mountain, wherever that is.
I've been to Keene a bunch of times.
Oh, I'm sorry, not Keene. Keene's in the southwest. It was wherever Loon Mountain is. It's like right up 93, just south of I think Plymouth.
Oh, damn. Where are you?
Oh, I'm in Trashwa.
Oh, geez, you're like not that far from me.
Yeah. Oh, sweet, man.
Yeah. Nashua was like, I don't know. Yeah, 35, 40 minutes.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, I used to go to school in Dublin. When you drive through there, don't blink or you'll miss it. But I was pretty much on the side of Mount Monadnock.
I'm like between, I'm like between Peterborough and Milford.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I grew up in Pelham, so I was like right on the border.
Oh, by the way, did you guys catch that soccer game yesterday? It was Norway versus Brazil.
Oh,
I was going. Oh yeah, it's the Vikings versus the Conquistadors. Let's go.
Rima.
Oh, and I didn't know who to root for because I like both places. Who and it was like 0-0 through 90% of the game. They
wow.
kept each other at bay.
Was
And
that
then I
close?
think Norway scored a couple goals in the last few minutes.
Oh, man. Brazil had to have been pissed.
Yeah. I would be, yeah.
They both just performed fantastically, you know.
Sure,
Yeah.
but Brazil, like soccer is Brazil's whole like fucking national identity.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm surprised they're going to replace Christ the Redeemer with a giant World Cup. You see that in Street Fighter 5?
No.
Yeah, in Street Fighter 5, they pulled out the stat. Like, there's a mod where you can actually put Christ the Redeemer back in, but they removed Christ the Redeemer and replaced it with a giant World Cup.
Why did they do that?
Because, it's anti-Christian, The goblins run the media, so what do you expect?
Well, that's Capcom.
I know, it's weird. I have no idea why they chose that. They said it probably had something to do with anti-religious stuff or whatever, but yeah, second only to Christ the Redeemer.
It might have just been a joke about how much Brazilians love soccer.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brazil versus Spain. I thought that would be like the pinnacle of a soccer match, but because Spain's right up there with Brazil, aren't they? It's almost their national identity.
Oh, Madrid, yeah. Oof. Yeah. Oof.
Years ago, there was a Sasportis on their soccer team.
Oh shit!
I was related to him, but I have no idea who he is. Never met him. Probably never will.
Aw. I got that too.
Believe it or not, I'm not a sports fan.
That actually it reminds me of an old joke, which is so George W. Bush is sitting in his office, and somebody comes in and he goes, well, in the recent in Afghanistan we lost 12 American troops. It's like, oh no, that's not great, and they're like, and we lost 2 Canadians. It's like, oh, that's bad, and we lost 5 Australians, and it's like, oh, that's not great news. And then finally they go, and we lost 4 Brazilians. And he goes, what? Oh my gosh. What are we going to do? And they're like, what's wrong, sir? He goes, how many's a Brazilian?
Just die of a
Brazilian people there.
Isn't Elon Musk a Brazilianaire?
Yeah, he's the world's first Brazilianaire. Oh, I like that. I like that more than I should. I'm gonna be saying that a lot. There's like a Brazilian of them in here. What the heck?
How many is a Brazilian?
I've never heard that.
God, that was such
I
an
love it.
embarrassment.
It's corny, it's stupid, but I love it.
God, that guy would. You remember like all the sound bites that the Democrat media would like get on W because he was that dumb.
We have to encourage bondage between mother and child.
Yeah, he must be so grateful for Joe Biden. He's like, finally, someone who's screwing up the language worse than me.
Well, before W, we had Dan Quayle, who was like, he corrected a kid on how to spell potato. He's like, there's supposed to be an E at the end. The kid's like, no, there isn't. Yeah, it's wrong. There's an E. He like basically got in an argument with a kid about how to spell potato, and he was incorrect.
Well, technically both are correct, and the card he was holding with the answer had the version with the E.
I've never seen potato unless it's plural.
We usually don't use it, and I don't know why they gave that to him, and I don't know why he didn't question it.
Yeah. I think I know why he didn't question it. But like, just that's the thing is like our politicians, man, they find some dumb asses in there. And Biden was
but I thought they had to be pretty smart to get to Bohemian Grove.
Well, they're just wall kissing puppets. They're not real. Well, none of those people actually do anything. Man. That's right.
Now, before we say stuff that gets us in trouble,
Yeah.
it's about that time to wrap this thing up. So we're going to go into parting plugs. And we're going to start off with you, Chris.
Hey! Yeah, man. I'm working on Infinitale Chronicles Book 3. with Nerium. She just knocked out chapter 2 and it's going into proofreading mode. And then once we get that, we're going into chapter 3. And there's only 5 chapters in the book, so we're hoping that we can have it all ready for in time for launch next year at the end of summer, quarter 3, 2027. I'm also working on my tabletop role-playing game stuff, real fun. And I think I showed you guys previously my video game that I was working on with the SRPG elements.
Yes.
Sweet. So
Anything you wanted to show from that, or from anything else? Any videos or whatever?
Well, I guess
I don't have any of your trailers. Well,
Oh,
I
man.
got to get one of them from you.
let me see if I can. Let me see if I can even find. I think I still have the. Because again, this is just a quick and dirty test of when I was trying to get the battle system to work. But I think I still have. Hold on. See if it allows me to put it in, or if it's gonna be a piece of crap. Because I know that what is it? StreamYards doesn't like certain video formats, so it's like, yeah, that's not a movie. And then when I like find it, it's like, oh yeah, I guess it is a movie. Yeah, damn it.
StreamYards, schizophrenic as it gets.
Yeah, that sucks. I pretty sure I had it somewhere in here, but when I need it, I can't find it, and then when I'm not trying to find it and it gets in the way, it sits there. Because it was just a quick and dirty test that I made. Because I'm basically part of the SRPG studio is that I'm basically brute forcing in shit to make it do stuff that it's not really designed to do.
Yeah.
So I'm like sticking the Kiss album inside the Pat Boone sleeve.
Oh, you're digging. Herman.
Buy my books. Buy my books.
All of them.
I need a bionic lung, and I got to pay for the edits for the next one. So, the Revenant in the Tomb is 99 cents in Amazon, the ebook. So go over there, spend the 99 cents, and make me a famous author or something.
All right. And it looks like we have it now.
Yeah, so this is my custom assets. Not obviously the figures, the characters need to change, but I did the terrain tile. That's my music in there, and this was me doing a test on the battle scenes, because the engine tries to do a Fire Emblem style where you got like these little guys just beating on each other, and I'm a bigger fan of the Shining Force approach. So I have my little placeholder Shining Force stuff. Mind you, I'm not an animator, so this is what you get. There you go. That's it. That's all. So it's just me tweaking around with trying to get assets to behave like they should be.
Cool.
Those flying fish look insane, crazy.
The water leapers, those are based off of Welsh mythology. So
Yeah. And do they have good meat?
well,
Make a water leaper quesadilla.
Arriba!
All right. So yeah, we can find your books on Amazon, the ones you have out so far, right?
Oh yeah. Basically, I got a website there at the bottom. You can see it, infinitaalechronicles.com. That leads to the Amazon marketplace for the books that are currently available on there. And when the crowdfunding starts, there'll be a link to the crowdfunding campaign there as well.
Awesome. All right,
Oh, yeah, man.
Luvapor.
All right. Well, I've got a couple of things I'd like to bring up. I've just presented something. I just wanted to remind everybody, as a public service, that July is Elves and Bikinis month. Post all of your elves and bikinis on X throughout the month, and enjoy everybody else posting elves and bikinis.
I was about to ask if that was Nevena, but no, it doesn't look quite like her.
Nope, it's just an elf in a bikini. The second thing is I've just pasted it into private chat.
Ah, yes.
and it is that our friend, the Elven Maiden Emmy, is working on her final issue of Tales from the Tavern, a TTRPG and all things related webzine, which has so far had 2 issues, and now this will be the 3rd and final issue, turning it into a trilogy. It's going to have over 200 pages, I think close to 300 pages of content. We're talking interviews with such people as Sandy Peterson, Ed Greenwood, and that one dickhead who got the trove taken down.
Oh,
Yeah, that guy. Daniel D. Fox, that's his name. And it will also have an article written by yours truly. That is slated to hit digital shelves next month, August. And you will be able to get it digitally for free, but if you are so inclined, I believe it will be possible for you to get a hardcover edition off of DriveThruRPG, which I know I will be doing because, again, I have an article in it, and honestly, I have the other 2 in hardcover already, so it would be silly not to get the final one.
Congrats,
You
man.
completionist.
And that's
All right.
that's more or less all I had.
All right, link is put into the live chat. Okay. Mr. Frederick.
Yes, I just finished a commission. Oh, let me speak into the mic because
Hey, now we can hear you.
my mic stand broke last week and I haven't replaced it like a cheapskate. So I'm just using the old mic stand that it came with. But I got to lean in. I can't draw while I do this. So here I am talking and give you a shout out towards the end. Just finished this beautiful commission for Wrangler. And I'm working on Rattel number 2. So it's in the process. It's starting to get sketched out. It has begun.
It has begun.
As the comic is being printed and assembled and will soon be shipped. It's crazy how close we are now. It still feels unreal until I'm going to hold it in my hand, I think.
All right. And do we have anybody lined up for tomorrow?
Yes. So we have Dave. I'm blanking on the last name. Hold on.
I mean, how many Daves could there be?
I know, right? I'm terrible with names, and I'm kind of a bit tired tonight. Because there's so many people now that I know online. It's crazy.
I can barely hear you, Frederick.
I know a lot of people now. It's crazy. Hard to follow.
Yeah, it's a lot of people to keep track of now.
Dave Brink. So we've had Dave Brink before. He's done Perfect 10. I just got my hardcover copy of Perfect 10. 6 issues assembled in 1 volume. And tomorrow he's going to promote Safeguard, which is drawn by Alan Goldman, who we had on a couple of weeks ago. So,
good night, Christy.
Yeah.
Closure. Good night, Chrissy.
Oh, now that makes sense. This is number 6.
yeah. This is the final chapter or final book to his 6-book series on Perfect 10, and you have the option of getting the individual books, or you can get them all in one giant trade paperback.
I got issue number 6, thinking it was issue number 1.
Oh,
So I thought it was like starting off with history already in the world there. I was able to figure out and keep up with what was going on.
But you can get in on the ground floor with Safeguard. So they're campaigning right now. They reached their goal in like less than a week, I think. And but it's still going. So we're going to hear his pitch tomorrow. I'm super excited to talk to him and to look at the campaign. It's going to be a lot of fun.
All right.
This is an A+ campaign, dude. Alan
Yeah,
Goldman.
I got
Dude,
that
he's
in
getting
last
recruited
week and
by
read it.
he's getting recruited by Rob Liefeld on Twitter.
yeah, I
Oh,
saw
wow.
that, dude. Holy shit!
That's
yeah,
awesome.
good for him, man.
So it's very exciting. Get excited.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Yeah, I got Perfect 10 issue 6 in thinking it was issue number 1. I read it and now that explains a lot. All
Art
right.
is so
and
beautiful in that too. Like
yes, it
Hal
is.
Rodrigues he's got a real unique style. He's a pro too. Like he could be a pro, but he prefers to work in the indie scene. So kudos to him.
Yeah, I got POW on my on some of the cards for my campaigns.
Yep. Yeah.
Great artist.
Yeah, very unique, strong style, very recognizable. When you see a Pal Rodrigues, you kind of know what it is.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And here I have another awesome image of Haley. Thanks again, Movapor.
You're very welcome.
And if you're wondering what she's doing with that potato gun, well, this lines up pretty good. Seriously, even look at the trees in the background, all right? See the trees, the position, everything? Boom. It's all there. It was like...
I prefer the animated, like, manga, Haley, than the photographic, but that's just me, I guess. I like the drawing.
That's going to be the chick at the convention center selling at
yes.
at Ethan's table.
Yeah, this actually looks like someone cosplaying as Haley.
Yeah.
But how did she find the right woods exactly? That's what I want to know.
It's like Haley being cosplayed by a young Drew Barrymore.
Yeah.
Oh, Drew.
Yeah, this is... All right, this is the one when Louisville, when you posted it, King Bawb said that he's pretty sure that Tom Sawyer and Huck Finn came to blows over her. She's out here playing the banjo.
Ding, ding, ding. At least he has 4 fingers.
Right?
Yeah.
And a thumb.
Yeah, back the way you came.
Who said that?
Racist Kermit.
I know. I mean, who just did that voice?
Oh, I
He
did.
says, I know it's racist, Kermit. Which one of you motherfuckers is the racist? Is what I want to know.
No, that was so close to how it sounded in the show. It was unreal.
You know, they cut out the part where he dropped the N-bomb too, because it's in the unedited DVD.
Oh, I never saw that one. Oh man!
Puts away the banjo and pulls out a shotgun.
All right, well, you can find my stuff on Amazon. Haley's Star Bad Kitty and Bad Kitty, Haley's World, Magic Fueled Sci-Fi Adventures, a little bit Goonies, a little bit fantasy, whole lot of fun. Are you sick of Harry Potter reboots? Are you looking for something new? I think Haley and Elizabeth will fill that niche for you, and they're a good time. I'm working on book 3. Hopefully, that shall be coming out by the end of this year. It's mostly done, but mostly done also means still got a lot of work to do. I'm in the polishing phase. I'm working on the glossary and wasting a lot of time entertaining myself by looking at these pictures and videos that Louverport keeps making of them. So, so that is not the wavelength up there, but yeah, you can find also find my stuff on Substack under Frequency Studios or on the X Twitter. I'm at Frequency Studios. Drop the first E, and you'll know it's me because you see pictures of Haley and Elizabeth, and yeah. So they're all grown up now. The 3rd adventure is going to be a doozy. So go ahead and be on the lookout for that. In the meantime, you can enjoy the first 2 adventures of them. They are available on Amazon. You can get that now. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us tonight. If you enjoyed this presentation, hit the like. And if you didn't, we appreciate you stopping by. We'll see you next time. And God bless. Liverpool keeps sending me these awesome pictures, and I keep wasting more time looking at them, playing with them, and video editing when I should be writing. When's the next one coming, Liverpool?
you a space laser.
Good night, everybody.
Good
night, John boy.